guys, thank you so much for joining us today. Today I'm going to discuss some of my top favorite perennials that I am super excited to add into our gardens today. We're going to go into detail on those varieties as well, such as the size, the zone, the sunlight, what it attracts to the garden, and who knows, maybe you'll find a new perennial that you absolutely love and have to have for your garden. So let's get started. The first one I'm going to discuss is this one right here. It's a CATMINT called Cat's Pajamas. The name is super fun, but take a look at this CATMINT. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's another beautiful perennial by proven winners. It gets 12 to 14 inches and it's hardy in zones 3 through 8. And it blooms from late spring into late fall, so pretty much all season. It takes full sun. And this would actually pair very well with the next perennial I'm about to tell you a little bit about. The next one I'm going to discuss is called PEARLWORT. It's a type of an Irish moss, and this would pair very well with the CATMINT because the CATMINT is just a little bit taller and this is more of like a ground cover. So it'd be really cool to see this intermix with those blue flowers and this green texture on the ground. But don't forget, you guys, this one also gets flowers. It blooms in summer and gets small little white flowers. And it also works great in little fairy gardens. It takes sun to part sun and does very well in zones 4 through 8. If you've been watching our channel for a while, then you know that I'm a sucker for colored foliage, and this is a great one. This is a type of a euphorbia. It's called BONFIRE, and it can take sun to part shade. It's great for perennial bed borders because it only gets about 10 inches tall. And it does well in zones 4 through 9. The next one I'm going to share is a perennial that is loved by many perennial gardeners, and that one is COREOPSIS. This one is the moonbeam. It can take full sun and it can actually be very drought tolerant. We absolutely love this one because it gives us that beautiful yellow daisy flower all summer, pretty much up until fall. They get 18 to 24 inches and they do very well in zones 4 through 9. And they can take full to part sun as long as they're getting at least 6 hours of sun a day. What I love most about them is how airy they are. They add just like that beautiful airy texture with all these beautiful yellow flowers. This is just the start of it. Another great feature about the COREOPSIS is that it's deer resistant. I know a lot of you always ask about what we do about deer coming into the garden, but we really don't have problems with deer. So if you are a person that does, COREOPSIS would be a great perennial to add into your garden. Here's another great perennial that is deer resistant. It's AGASTACHE MORELLO. It gets these beautiful reddish pink flowers. It attracts butterflies and hummingbirds to the garden, so it's a great addition. They bloom all summer long, but I've been faking this plant out because right now it's in the greenhouse where it's warm. If it were outside where it's cold, it wouldn't be in blossom yet. It loves full sun and gets 27 to 33 inches and does very well in zones 5 through 10. I couldn't wait to share this foxglove with you guys. It just came into blossom in the greenhouse. This variety is Candy Mountain. You can probably see why it got its name because it's so gorgeous. What I love about foxglove isn't just the beauty that it brings to the garden, but its height that it brings to the garden. And this variety here can get 3 to 4 feet tall. It blooms in early summer and it can take full sun to part sun. And it grows well in zones 4 through 9. A good thing to know about foxglove is that they are biennial, so after 2 years they die off, but foxglove do reseed, so you're sure to continue to have foxglove even though the main plant will die off. If you guys are loving the video so far, please feel free to subscribe and don't forget to click the bell so you don't miss any future videos. Well, I think most of us know this one, and this one here is Russian sage. Not only does it give us beautiful foliage, beautiful blue flowers, but it also gives us a beautiful scent in the garden. I always love adding different smells to the garden, so I also like to add herbs into all of my gardens. So that way when we're out there, I shake them or pick off a few leaves to really accentuate that smell so you can enjoy your gardens in more ways than just one. Russian sage is popular because it's a staple to most country style gardens, and it's also super hardy. It does well in zones 4 through 9. It does well in sun, part sun, and it also can get 3 to 4 feet. Look at its beautiful lacy blue foliage. It's beautiful even without its pretty blue flowers. The next one we're going to talk about is the double blue balloon flower. It may not be in blossom now, but when it is, it's very hard to miss in the garden. It can take sun to part sun, and it gets about 2 feet tall. It blooms in midsummer and grows very well in zones 3 through 8, so it's a super hardy perennial. Now we're going to talk milkweed, and this is the swamp milkweed. So if you don't want anything taking over your garden, then this is not the perennial for you. Swamp milkweed is pretty invasive and it can just keep spreading throughout the garden. So if you have a really well manicured garden and it's really structured, this wouldn't be a great one. We are looking to attract a lot more butterflies into the garden. We love attracting wildlife, pollinators, and beneficials to the garden. And so this year we really wanted to add milkweed, and we have a space where we're going to allow it to just kind of go wild. We got a few of these plants to kind of place in that space and allow over the years to just let them multiply for us. That space is near the kids' new garden space that we're working on right now, so that way they can go butterfly catching. It'll get beautiful pink flowers from midsummer to early fall. They can get 3 to 5 feet tall in the garden, which as you can see, it's already almost 3 feet in the pot here. And they do very well in zones 3 through 9, so it's a very hardy perennial. Now I'm sure that you guys have all heard the name cardinal flower. That's what this is right here, and surprisingly, we've never grown it in our gardens before. So I'm super excited to add this into our gardens this year. It's supposed to be a great perennial. It's supposed to attract hummingbirds and butterflies. It gets really beautiful, vibrant red spikes of flowers late in the season, which is nice when we're not getting as much color. It can get 3 to 4 feet tall and does well in zones 3 through 9, and it can take full sun to part sun. So we are very excited to pair this perennial with all the other beautiful perennials that we have selected this year for our new perennial gardens. Thank you so much for watching our video today on our top 10 perennials that we are super excited to add into our new perennial gardens this year. I hope you guys enjoyed it and maybe found a couple new ones that you would love to add into your own garden this year. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell. Have a great day.